Ode, really, really good to see you again. How are you? How's life treating you?
I am very well, very well. Life has been good, has been good. Yeah, enjoying being home, enjoying Holland. This is the longest that I've been in Holland since I've been married. So I'm really enjoying it. Just trying to take it all in and enjoying every step.
And I'm sure there'll be Glasgow City fans who want to know, and those who don't, you're retired in the summer. A decision that's not always easy to come to, but how is retired life treating you? And what was the decision? Why did you come to the decision?
The retired life is absolutely amazing. Going way better than what I thought. Like I honestly thought I would like miss the heart pumping every day, miss soccer in general. But I actually don't. I think well, the decision to retire, my husband and I, we've been talking about it for a few years, and we had sort of like an idea and a goal that around this time of my age of my career that I will be looking to calm down and take a step back and I had one of because one of the reasons why I was still playing this year, I was trying to aim for the World Cup, for that to be kind of like my last dance. That unfortunately was not in play for me, and South Africa did extremely well, and I just didn't see any more purpose for me to continue playing. Because the next thing is the Olympics. I just felt like my heart was just ready to step back and to because there's a lot more in life. There's a lot more to life than football, and I wanted to see what else is out there for me personally, and what else is out there in life for me to take the next step to the next journey of exploring other things.
And you're doing some things at the moment. You're doing a bit of writing, a bit of interviewing and stuff. For the people who haven't seen it yet, what is it you've been up to since retirement?
So while I was playing, I've always been for a couple of years. I've been working on this website. It's an logo. It's called And She Plays. So my purpose of it is to build a women's soccer community, and where like girls that are playing or that are aspiring to play, that they can get some inspiration, that they can learn from my mistakes of my career. So I write a little bit about my career, some mistakes I made, some of the things that helped me before I turned pro, and also give some advice in terms of like agency and things like that. I have a few of those topics in the future still to write. And I'm also like interviewing current pro players to hear about their journey.
Now, we are going to be here to talk about Black History Month, but before we go into that, I'm sure the Glasgow City fans will want to know, now that you have retired and you can sort of look back over your career, you had a really successful time at Glasgow City. You seem to love it there. Looking back, what did Glasgow City mean to you as a club, and how do you look back in your time at Glasgow City?
Yeah, no, I mean, one of the things I loved about Glasgow City is that it stood on its own. It wasn't like, and there's very few women's teams in the world that can stand on its own, and that takes like a lot of work. And Laura and Cass, have been working so hard in like developing a community and an environment that fosters girls, and that pushes professionalism, just to the next level. And it's inspiring to see like a team standing on its own without having like a men's side that is supporting it.
As I say, we'll touch on Black History Month this month, and we've spoke to a few players who've, within Glasgow City still, and you're a player that's been with Glasgow City and left. But what does Black History Month mean to you, Odie? What is it about for you? What does it represent?
I think for me as a black person, it's just that like, to just to remind people that we're there. I think one of the there are many things, the work culture that arise and things like that. One of the things that it did, in terms of, is just like to remind people that, hey, black people are there, we do exist, and we can contribute positively, to society, and we have contributed possibly positively to society. So it's just remembering the black people in the past that have contributed massively to society, to countries, to the civilization, and also in the future. Because now I love, because they are right now, like, I feel like when, for example, when people are creating shows and series, they're trying to keep in mind to make it more diverse. And for me, like, to watch a successful show be diverse, it's just like, it just makes me smile, because I'm like, hey, there's a black person in a successful show. Whereas like in the past, like growing up, there were a lot of successful shows that didn't have black people in it. So so it's just nice to see like how the world is being more aware, more open to that, like, we are as talented, we are as equal, and we can contribute as positively as everyone else in the world.
And I think the theme of Black History Month this year is about inspiration and people who have inspired you, girls, boys, whoever it may be. For yourself, Ode, who was the athlete or the sports person when you were growing up that inspired you to be, what you became and what you are today?
For me, growing up, wow, because obviously, like, growing up for me, like, there was not a lot of football, women's football in particular, on TV, but there was a lot of just male football. And the first time I fell in love with soccer was in 1998 FIFA Men's World Cup, and I fell in love with Thierry Henry and Zinedine Zidane. So those two guys are the reason why I fell in love with soccer. And like when I watch them, I feel inspired, I feel motivated. I just feel like I want to float on the field like the way they do. Of course, I did not float on the field. I was a completely different player. But those two guys, just like as a female footballer, that I was like, wow, I love how they play, and I studied them. I would watch them often. Watching them just brought me so much joy, and just like after I would watch them, and then I would want to grab the ball and go outside and practice what they did on the field.
I think as well, when you look at your own career, and we talked before about sitting back and reflecting on what you've done and where you've been, I think a lot of people will have known your story when you were at Glasgow City. It was something that was publicised in BBC Sport and a lot of the websites, and obviously through ourselves as well. When you look back now, do you feel like you have become a role model as well for young girls and young boys?
Yeah, role model is such a tricky and difficult thing. I just hope that I was able to inspire anyone, both male and female, that like, no matter where you come from, no matter how you grow up, that anything is possible with hard work, dedication, and consistency. And that nothing in life is a given, and that whatever you want, you're gonna have to work for it. You get the talent is given, but the hustle and perfecting that talent, that's sold separately. So yeah, just like anyone from any background to look at me, that like none of it was easy, but it was definitely worth it, and it was definitely earned by a lot of hard work.
Ode, that was perfect. Thank you very much. I hope you're well.
Awesome. Thank you.